We are now live. Everything seems to be working good. Hello, hello, and welcome. I see some people are already here. I see Ka is here. Hi, Ka. And I see Blood is here. Hi, Blood. How are you both doing? So as for today, as you can see, I don't have the cosplay tail that I was working on yesterday in front of me. I wanted to work on it, but then I realized I made a big mistake. The skinnier sections of the two sides of the tail are too long. Wait, like an inch and a half longer than the other sides. So how I didn't notice that I made my pattern like that, I have no idea. But I basically have to unstitch all that work and then re-sew it all together. Cut it, resew it. So I'm not gonna spend an hour of doing seams in a stream. That's not interesting at all. I'll probably just do it while watching a movie or something. But anywho, I would rather do something more interesting, like trying to work on finishing this Halloween piece. So we're back to painting. Hey, and Nacho's here too. Hi, Nacho. And Evo Leia. Hi, Evo Leia. Oh, we got a good group. Glad you're doing good, Blood. How is everyone else doing? Yeah, so, what's my plan? Where did I leave off? So I was adding Mountain Glow to people. I want to add some vines and moss to this building over here, and I wanted to do staffs on this, but I'm only streaming for an hour today because I got a lot to do. But I think I'm gonna work on the moss, and that means I have to reactivate. Oh my gosh, I thought the green would still be good in here, but I guess not. So yeah, so I gotta remix the green moss, which I added way too much yellow on accident. Thought it would still be good, but no, I guess not. Where's my sap green? I'm not disappearing. I'm still here. I can't find my sap green. There it is. There we go. Adding some sap green to the mix. Hey, and it's Win. Hi, Win. How you doing? All right. So I'm gonna just put this painting aside, and I'm gonna remix my colors. Hair. This is the color that I tried to mix, and it was just way too light. So it's a little bit of yellow and sap green and white. And it's looking a little bright, so I think to dull it out, I'm gonna add some burnt umber to it. Just a little bit though. Gosh, I'm almost out of burnt umber too. Let's see. I'm gonna get some more. Where are you, burnt umber? There you are. Hey, and it's Isaac. Hi, Isaac. How you doing? Hey, we got a good group here today. Aw, thank you. I mean, it never really gets cold here in the desert. So, the short sleeves it is. All right. Let's see. I had a train of thought. I was gonna say something, but then I completely forgot about what I was gonna say. Bear with me. Oh, so today's stream, since everyone's here, I'll let you know will only be an hour. Just because, so this weekend I have a show, like that little craft fair show that I've been talking about. Um, and I have to get everything ready for the craft fair show, and just with everything going on, I needed extra time. So, but I didn't want to cancel my stream completely. But you know what? It'll be good. It'll be good. And I just realized I forgot my. So now that I have my greens, I'll move this back over. And there's a brush that I was using last time. So let's see what it is. This will be a useful one. There was one with an orange stem. Where did it go? There it is. And that one. Oh yeah, Isaac, I remember you posted the Mario trailer in the Discord. And I saw it. Okay, it actually looks like a good. It looks like it's gonna be really good, and it looks like it's gonna be epic. So, you know what? I think it'll be a good movie. I'm feeling positive about it. I bet you're excited, Isaac. Aw, thank you, Evo Leia. Aw, you're so kind. I'm always happy that you're here to join me. So what I'm doing for the moss, can you see it all right? I could drain it down a little bit. There we go. You can see it better. Is that I'm just kind of taking this like round fluffy brush and I'm stippling on where there's moss. And yes, it overlapped a little bit with like the vampire and these pumpkins, but I'm gonna go back in and correct that. Clean up my edges. Thank you, Win. Thank you. And I kind of want this like moss, or it really might be just, we might call them vines. I want them to kind of crawl up this potion shop. I love when like the buildings or homes are like covered in ivy. I think it looks so cool, magical. So that's what I'm kind of going for here. There we go. It looks so magical. And don't worry, I know it looks flat right now, but I'm gonna go back in with darks and lights and kind of do the same thing for the shadows. Aw, I'm glad you're excited, Isaac. That's awesome for the new Mario movie. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good one. There's a fuzzy here, and it's like, there we go. Be gone, fuzzy. And then where's my flat brush? There is my flat brush. And we're going to take the corner of her shoulder. And there we go. And then for this moss over here, I'm gonna take some of the light. Where can I rest my hand? And where the light's coming from, so the light's coming this way, right? So that means that the light part is going to be facing this area over here. I know, I'm doing such a good job with describing words today. I'm like, it's over here, this area. And just stippling. Yeah, it's kind of, again, just like kind of a repetitive motion of going back and forth. I know they look completely different than the vines on the tree over here, but I kind of was going for this more illustrative, kind of cartoony style with these leaves. I wanted it, I intentionally made them wanting to look super cartoony because I wanted that whimsical kind of Halloween feel. And I'm just cleaning up the edges, making this pumpkin appear once again. And I do want to give our pumpkin here a stem. He kind of just looks like an orange blob right now, so I'm gonna give him a little stem. it's Hangman. Hi, Hangman. How you doing? Welcome. Yep, I'm painting today. I already explained to everyone else, but the cosplay tail I was working on, I made a big oopsie, and so the tail is made into 3 sections, and I made 2 out of the 3 way bigger than what they're supposed to be. So one side is the proper measurements. It's as long as it's supposed to be and everything, but the other 2 sides are way too long. And I'm like, what is going on? What is this? Turns out I made the pattern for the rectangle sections too long, like 1.5 inches too long. How I didn't notice, I have literally no idea. I usually pick up on little details like that, but I don't know if I cut out my paper and I was like, okay, just move along, let's go. And I didn't really sit and think about it. So I have to seam rip everything out. I know. Like I'm looking at that, I'm like, that's like 2 hours of work. I have to like seam rip, cut them, and then resew them. So it's a bummer, but it happens. It happens in crafting. Yeah. I'm a little bummed I didn't catch myself beforehand, before I cut out all the fur and everything. I am bummed. But at least the one that is the size that it's supposed to be, the length, it actually fits all the pillow interiors correctly. So that's good. I'm at least happy about that. Yeah. At first, I was like, when I first looked at the tail, I was like, what? Why is this wrong? What happened? Like, I don't understand. And then I was like, how do I fix this? How did I do this wrong? And then once I realized it, I was like, are you serious? I didn't know my own pattern was too big. Hmm. All right, and then I'm gonna do the shadows. Yeah, I actually really like this little stippling effect. I like creating it, and I really like the way that it looks. It's such an easy effect, and it's so like, it looks so good for being not that hard. Yeah, I have several projects I want to move on to, so this is one of them that I told myself you gotta finish before moving on to your next projects. Yeah, I'm trying to avoid starting so many and never finishing them. long did this painting take me? Oh gosh. Only worked on it on live stream, so that would be easy to figure out if I just knew how many streams there were. How many streams did I do this? I don't know. Someone go on my YouTube and just, you don't have to watch them. Just like look at how many thumbnails, and you can see these in the thumbnails of how many there are. And each one's about 2 hours long. What, how many streams did I do this? Maybe 6, 7 streams worth of these in 2 hours each. A lot of time, that's what that is. A long time. Thank you, Win. Yeah, I am. I'm getting pretty detailed with it for sure. No, I mean, I will say that buildings are tricky because you got to pay attention to perspective and make sure everything is in perspective. I think that's really the most tricky part about them. Also, buildings are very rigid. It's not like plants or landscapes where if you get like a single line off, no one's gonna notice, because it's very, landscape's very fluid. But with this, if something's off, you're gonna be able to tell right away. Oh my gosh. So 11 streams. Thank you, Win, by the way, for going and looking at my YouTube to see how many streams I did of this. So 11, so that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 16, 18, 20. So over 20 hours. 22. Yeah, so like 22, 23 hours. 23 hours. Yep, that answers your question there. Yeah, I know, right? That's kind of crazy. 23 hours into this painting. And that doesn't include the drawing time, because this was already pre-drawn. I don't know how many hours I spent drawing this. I know it took me a couple of days. To do the drawing. So it's possible there's a good 24 or 25 hours put into this piece. You're all good, Mr. Hangman. Yeah, you're the one that was saying you do like more abstract, right? If I remember right. It's like painting, or maybe that was someone else. I don't know. I know you do the animation. I know you're the animation guy. But I'm trying to remember, who was it that did abstract? Someone in here. You know what? I'm feeling it. I kind of want these vines to go up further. Almost looks like slime dripping down. You know what? That's okay. I'm not against that. Yeah, but I have it also dripping down from the roof. Can you still see that part? No, you cannot. Ah! Oh my god, I've been doing all this detail work. I am so sorry. And it's been the text has been covering up all my work that I've been just doing. Oh my gosh. I am so sorry. Here I am, like, this is what I'm doing. It's just completely off screen. There's more fuzzies. The fuzzies have been running rampant since I've been working on that tail. Aww. Thank you, Blood. I do enjoy streaming, and I'm so glad that you enjoy watching it. I do. Like, thank you. I do. I like hanging out with everyone. I like explaining and talking about what I'm doing. I like sharing my whole, like, the art process. Like, don't get me wrong, I like doing the little fun 15-second, like, um, little videos or reels. I do enjoy doing those. And I think that they're like really satisfying to see when they're completed and edited. But I like also sharing the raw form of art and my whole process in real time. I like to be able to share this. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, I still have a couple of ideas as like things I want to add. Like I said, I want to add the fallen fall leaves, kind of blowing in the wind, maybe more on the ground. We'll see how I add those in. Not quite sure yet. I might do the same stippling effect that I'm doing here. Something similar-ish. Might take some experimenting. Hey, that's nice. That's awesome, Mr. Hangman, that you finished what you wanted to last night. Oh, I bet that feels good. See, it always feels so good to get like big chunks of progress done. Or if you have a goal in mind and you're like, I want to get this done, and you do, it feels so good. That's awesome. Well, I wish you the best of luck, Mr. Hangman, on finding your uh voice actors. I'm sure you'll find people. Aw, thank you, Win. My videos that I edit that are not edited by Nacho are, I don't know, mine are very simple. They're just very, I don't know, non-creative. Now the ones that Nacho does for me, those are more creative and way better. But thank you, and I don't know. I do like the bare minimum when it comes to editing. I just put in my clips, fast forward all of them, and then put some music to it, and then they're done. Very minimum effort. Alrighty. There we go. Yeah, I like the vines or the moss. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to make the pumpkins here have faces. I remember. You know what? I'm gonna give them. At first, I was like, I'll do dark eyes, but then I'm like, no, I want the pumpkins to like be glowing, like the glowing jack-o'-lanterns. So I'm gonna take some white and some yellow, but I am gonna make dark jack-o'-lantern faces too for the kids' pumpkin. Their little like the pumpkins in their hands. What are they called? The little candy baskets. All right, so I'm sorry, but it's gonna have to be upside down for you guys, because I need this to be right side up. But I'll make sure you can still see it all good. Yeah, you can still see it. And you know what? For these guys, I'm just gonna go the traditional square eyes. See, look, he's a happy pumpkin. He's so happy. And I'm gonna see, I have some dark orange here, but I don't know if it's still good or not. Oh, it's still good. Sweet. Gonna add some turpentine, kind of waken that up again. And I'm gonna add a little dimension around the eyes so it doesn't look just so flat. And you know what? I'm gonna use even a smaller brush. And then I'm gonna add another little pumpkin face over here. He's gonna have a different expression. Let's make him have round eyes. I like how expressive little jack-o'-lanterns can be. There we go. All right, and then I'm gonna even have to take a smaller brush to do the kids, what they have in their hands, the little candy buckets. Hey, it's Henna Pilot. Hi, Henna Pilot. How you doing? Hello. Sorry, Henna Pilot, if you were sitting here for a minute and I just noticed ya. As you can see, I'm doing the tiniest of details. There we go. It's almost like fit for a storybook. Alright, how much time? Got a little bit of time. Hold on, I see a fuzzy. Okay. Well, what else can we do? You know what? I want to try to experiment with adding some fall leaves. I'm thinking about just adding in a tiny brush. Here, I'll tilt it this way. And just adding in like some little like kind of wispy specks. Try to imitate leaves. We'll see if it works. This is also why I like oil, is like if I make something and I don't like it, I can just remove it because this layer's already dry. So let's try on this side over here. I'll bring it closer to you. Hmm. Let me try something else. Nah, I don't know. I'm not liking that. Hold on, I think I have another idea of how to do it. Swear, this is like also the other part of art. This is why it takes so long, because there's so much like experimenting. First of all, I think I added too many leaves. I don't like how many leaves I added. See, and look. And then it's removed. You know what? I have another idea. I want to try this again. But this time I'm also going to mix another kind of brown. One with more burnt sienna and burnt umber. Yes, win happy pumpkin. I don't know if I already said that or not. If I acknowledged your happy pumpkin. But yeah. If my new idea of how to do the fall leaves kind of flying through the air doesn't work, I'm going to leave it for another day and try to brainstorm some ideas of how to make some fall leaves. And then come back to it later, which I do. I do that in a lot of my paintings where I'm like, if I don't like how something's turning out, I kind of just leave it, move on, and then come back to it later. Hold on. There we go. I think I got something. I'm just gonna look at it straight on. Okay. I like what I did. It's way too big though. It's too big. And I think this brush is kind of fraying. So it's forcing me to paint it bigger than what they need to be. So I'm gonna remove these. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna try to do exactly what I just did, but with a skinnier brush. And much smaller. Here we go. See? It's, oh, and again, I'm painting completely off screen. I don't know if I'm just scatterbrained today or what's going on. I'm so sorry. Here I am, and I'm like, I love it. And then you can see. I am so sorry. I don't know. I think I do apologize for my scatterbrainness. I think what's going on is I have just so much going on in my mind, especially that I have a show coming up and I'm working on lots of commissions, and I just got a message from someone else wanting a new commission. So I'm like, oh. So I'm kind of little, I'm in multiple places in my mind. There we go. Got some leaves right there. Okay, I like these leaves. They look like they're just floating. I think like I was going for blowing in the wind or sitting on the ground, but where they are and how I painted them, I think they would look better if they were lying on the ground. So what I'm gonna have to do is go back and draw shadows so they don't look like they're just floating. There we go. All right, yeah, and I have time. So I like that. I like those fall leaves. I'm gonna add a couple more in some places. You know what? I could see them on the roof. Can you see okay? Yeah, you can see okay. There we go. Just adding these leaves. Yeah, I like the leaves on the roof. I think it's cute. And then I'll go in with some shadow. Add in some shadow. Here we go. Just in some places. I don't want to go like overly crazy with a ton of leaves. Just kind of more wispy. There we are. And then I'm gonna spin it around. I gotta see, gotta get a little bit more comfortable. There we go. You can still see though. Oh, welcome back. Welcome back, Mr. Hangman. And sorry again if you posted that in the chat for a while ago and I just picked up my head to look. You know, I'm getting closer and closer to getting this piece done. Probably just a few more painting sessions. And then it'll be done. Okay. Oh no, that sucks, Mr. Hangman. Oh, that's a huge inconvenience that the power keeps going off. I'm sorry. Hopefully that problem is resolved soon. Because that would not be good. I bet that's like really sucky to deal with. There we go. Since those leaves back here are so far away from us, I'm just kind of like grouping them all up at the witch's door. Next time when I create one of these, I think I should add in some fall trees. Because I think there's no room. I don't even know where I would put in a whole tree. But like, yes, there's a tree here, but like, you know, with all the golden leaves and everything for next time. There we go. Fun. Look how cute that is. I don't know. See, I'm enjoying this piece. Maybe almost a little too much. I'm glad you like the ghosts, Nacho. I'm glad. They're silly ghosts. They're funny. They're like the perfect whimsical Halloween ghosts. That or Scooby Doo ghosts. Yeah, get some shopping done, Hank man. Go to the mall. Enjoy. Yeah, there's a new Mario movie. Isaac posted a link to it in the Discord. I forget which chat it's in. It might just be the link one. Um, but yeah, so here we go. Oh, getting closer and closer to completing this piece. Really, all that's left now is the stars in the sky and the signs. But other than that, I think everything is pretty much how I like it to be, pretty much done. Oh my gosh. Oh no, I wanted to add staffs in the shop. Okay, so there's a little bit more. I still got to complete the shop, the signs, and stars. But other than that, it's getting closer and closer to being done. Oh, I'm so excited. Thank you everyone for joining today. I'm sorry that it was quick, but you know what? Made some good progress, which I'm super excited about. And yeah, and this will be a really cool soon to be print too. Aw, you're so welcome, of course. Of course. Thank you, Win, and thank you everyone for being here today. Yeah, you know what? Even though it was short, it was still fun and it was still good to hang out with everyone. Oh, updates. I won't be here. I'll be, sorry. I will be canceling Friday's stream because um I have a show, but I will be back on Tuesday of next week where I will either continue working on this piece or I still have the commission cosplay tale to work on other commissions as well. So we'll see what I bring to the live stream. I'll leave it as a fun surprise. But yeah, maybe some cosplay. Maybe it's time to switch things up. We'll see. Alrighty, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for watching, and you all have a great weekend. Alrighty, bye.